We are back for part 2 of our deep dive into self-hypnosis. I don't know about you, but I'm like ready to start trying some of this stuff out.
Yeah, I think it's really cool stuff too.
Yeah.
And I know our listeners are probably eager to hear more about, how to actually put this into practice.
Yeah, let's get into some of the techniques.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first step, like we talked about before, is, identify an area in your life where you're feeling stuck or dissatisfied.
Right.
It could be procrastination, social anxiety, lack of confidence, anything, really.
Okay, so let's say someone wants to overcome their fear of public speaking.
Yeah.
How can they use self-hypnosis to kind of make a real change in that area?
Well, remember, it's all about setting aside those 10 minutes every day for the positive self-hypnosis.
Right.
And the text suggests 2 main approaches, visualization and affirmations.
Okay, so let's start with visualization. How would that work in this scenario?
So with public speaking, you would use those 10 minutes to vividly imagine yourself giving a successful speech.
Okay.
And the key is to engage all of your senses. Make it as real as possible. Imagine feeling the microphone in your hand, hearing the murmurs of the audience, seeing yourself smiling, connecting with the crowd.
So I'm not just like picturing myself standing on a stage, I'm really immersing myself in the whole experience.
Exactly. Yeah. And as you consistently practice this, those new beliefs of confidence and composure, they'll start to take root in your subconscious.
Wow, okay. So visualization is all about creating that mini movie in your mind, where you're already living out the belief you want to adopt. What about affirmations?
Right. Affirmations are all about the power of positive self-talk.
Okay.
So instead of visualizing, you would just repeat these positive statements that reflect your desired belief. So in this case, it might be, I am a confident and engaging speaker, or I am calm and composed in front of an audience.
Okay. I can see how that could be helpful too, especially for people who maybe aren't as visually oriented. It's like planting those positive seeds in your subconscious.
Exactly. And just like with visualization, the key is consistency. The more you repeat those affirmations with conviction and belief, the more they will start to chip away at any of the negative beliefs that might be holding you back.
So whether you're a visual person or a verbal person, there's a technique out there
There is.
that can work for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you can even use them together for an even stronger impact.
Okay, cool. So we talked about this idea of neurological rewiring.
Right.
Can you explain a bit more about what that means and how that all ties into self-hypnosis?
Yeah, so remember how we talked about our thoughts being like hypnotic suggestions to our subconscious?
Right.
Well, when we repeat those suggestions over and over, it actually creates new neural pathways in our brains. It's like carving a new path through the forest.
Oh, wow.
Right, the more you walk that path, the more defined it becomes.
So by consistently practicing these visualizations or the affirmations, we're actually changing the physical structure of our brains to align with those beliefs that we want.
Exactly. It's called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change and adapt throughout our lives. It's pretty remarkable. And it means that we're not stuck with, the same old thought patterns and beliefs. We have the power to rewire our brains for greater happiness, success, and fulfillment.
That's pretty cool. But if we're rewiring our brains, does that mean we have to be constantly thinking about these affirmations or visualizations?
That's a good question. And it's a common misconception. You don't have to be in a constant state of self-hypnosis.
Okay.
Those 10 minutes a day are really all you need to plant those seeds.
It's kind of like setting the intention and letting your subconscious mind do the heavy lifting.
Exactly. And as your beliefs begin to shift, you'll naturally start to experience those new impulses and motivations in your day-to-day life.
It's almost like the inner transformation starts to show up in your outer actions.
Exactly.
Wow, this is incredible. But I know some people are probably thinking about how to fit this into their busy schedules.
Yeah, let's talk about that more when we come back for the last part of our deep dive.
Welcome back to our deep dive. And after those first 2 segments, I'm really starting to see how powerful this stuff can be.
It is powerful.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much control we really have over our thoughts and, our beliefs and, ultimately our actions.
Yeah. But, I think for a lot of people, the question is, okay, this sounds great, but how do I actually make time for this?
Yeah, how do you fit this into your busy life?
Oh, that's right.
Well, the key is to start small. You don't want to try to overhaul your entire belief system, overnight.
Right.
So maybe just choose one area where you want to see change. Like pick one seed to plant and nurture. And once you see that seed sprout, it gives you the motivation to plant more.
Okay, so I've chosen my focus area. What's next?
Then it's all about making those 10 minutes of daily practice like a non-negotiable part of your routine.
Okay.
Whether it's visualization, affirmations, or a combination. Treat it like an important appointment with yourself.
I love that. An important appointment with yourself,
Yeah.
because it's so easy to put our own needs on the back burner,
It is.
especially when we're busy. But if we treat it like a crucial meeting, we're more likely to stick to it.
Right. And consistency is key.
Yeah.
With anything new, the more you practice it, the more natural it becomes, the more effective it becomes.
Right. It's like creating a groove in your mind
Exactly.
to make it easier for those positive beliefs to take hold. But what about those days when life gets in the way? I'm not perfect. There are going to be days when I miss my 10 minutes or when doubts start to creep in.
Of course. And that's totally normal,
Yeah. Yeah.
Just be kind to yourself. Get back on track as soon as you can.
Okay.
Progress, not perfection.
Right. That's such a good point. It's so easy to get caught up in doing everything perfectly, but it really is about just showing up consistently.
It is. And as you continue to, explore and learn about this stuff,
Yeah.
you might want to, try different techniques.
Okay.
Or, delve deeper into certain areas.
It's not just about sticking to this one approach forever.
Right. There are tons of resources out there, books, articles, guided meditations, online courses. The key is to find what works for you, what fits into your lifestyle. Don't be afraid to experiment.
Yeah, it's about finding your own path to empowerment.
Exactly.
And I think that is the perfect takeaway from this deep dive.
You know what? If you could rewrite the story that you've been telling yourself, what limiting beliefs are you ready to let go of, and what new empowering beliefs are you ready to embrace? It's all about the power of our minds, and I hope you enjoyed the journey and that you're feeling inspired to, unlock that incredible power within you. So thanks for joining us for another deep dive.